Good to see you from wherever you're watching us tonight. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, five-time world champions Brazil are out of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Belgium pull off the biggest upset of the day. Well, some would say it's not an upset. I mean, you could expect that a side that has Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, and all of those other guys could stun Brazil, and that they did today at a venue where a lot of surprises has happened. That same venue where the Germans were sent home. All right, that's how we start off the show tonight. It's going to be a very, very interesting day talking sports here on Channels Television, and we want you to be part of what we're doing. There's a lot of interesting things happening here at home. We'll talk about that on the show, and of course, the World Cup. I'm not even sure we might be able to spare some thoughts for tennis on the show as well, because that also is currently going on. But just in case you join us for the first time, we want you to be a part of what we're doing here on the show. For those of you who know the regular routine, you can start now. But in case you join us for the first time, this is how you can be a part of the show tonight. Get across to us on Facebook, Channels for Sports. Get across to us on the Twitter handles that you have on the screen. Let's talk tonight. Let's have your views on the show. We know two semi-finalists have emerged today. Did it come to you as a surprise? Did you see the Belgians doing what they did today? Did you see the French also doing what they did today? Is it going to happen like they said? Every 20 years, a new champion emerges. Is it going to be in this edition of the World Cup that we're going to see a new champion emerge? All right, talk to us about all of those things that I've highlighted, and let's make it interesting as much as we can. Okay, you can read up on all our top stories. You have them on www.channelstv.com. You can view those top stories live, youtube.com/channelsweb. That's how you can view those top stories. Go to channelstv.com. If you have your iPad, your iPhone, or your BlackBerry, follow the prompt. You'll be viewing us live. Also, download the Channels TV app for your Android, iOS, and Windows from their respective stores. Once you do that, you will be able to view us live. All right. Let me quickly introduce, before we go into the World Cup segment, let me quickly introduce my partner, starts off the show with me tonight. Alfred Okoligbe, it's good to have you. I don't want to call it a day of surprise, but it didn't go the way a lot of people predicted. But first, let me welcome you to the show.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here. This is a World Cup like no other. It's a World Cup that has a different feel. The players that we expected, the guys with the teams we talked about ahead of the World Cup, you know, having the chance of making it to the final, perhaps winning the Cup. Some of them have since forgotten that they came to the World Cup, since been knocked out of the competition. One of the biggest teams when it comes to the World Cup, five-time winners, Brazil. We thought, okay, because they are Brazilians and because we know that football, samba rests in Brazil, the streets of Rio de Janeiro and all that major cities.
They come to every tournament
everything, they
pre-tournament
come there as tournament favorites. What with their players scattered all around the world. But you look at the Brazilian team now, at some point I was asking, who is putting on red jersey and who's putting on the yellow jersey? Because I get confused at some point. So the Brazilians have been knocked out. You talked about so many people not. This is a World Cup that for me, I've just formed the habit of watch any game, keep an open mind.
Enjoy it, yeah.
Just enjoy, keep an open mind because anything can just happen.
Yeah, that's true. Anything can just happen, and a lot has happened. But let's start from home today. Let's talk about the piece of breaking news, talking about the NFF leadership crisis, tussle, drama, anything you want to call it. And we keep getting new things every day, But for today, what has come out is that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, talking about the EFCC, is to investigate Amaju Pinnick, Shehu Diko, and 3 other top board members of the Nigerian Football Federation. This follows a petition the anti-graft agency received from former NFF technical director, talking about James Peters. That petition was received on May the 4th, 2018, and he called for a forensic audit to be carried out on the financial dealings of the Nigeria Football Federation. Mr. Peters also alleged that the NFF board members deposited funds money outside the official accounts of the Federation in the central bank and diverting same for fraudulent activities. Weigh the allegations you want to say. He also stated in the petition that a private company owned by one of the NFF officials was used to collect over 40% revenues from the numerous sponsors of the football body. Well, these things keep coming, twist and twist and twist. Sometimes you just have to wait to understand what is happening. But this is another dimension. Yesterday we were talking about Amaju Pinnick being that is now the CAF vice president, and today this one come in, and this drama is continuing to play out. We see where it all leads us.
It's a, would I say, constant script that we've played over the years from the time when we had from the Galadima era.
Yeah, 2006.
No president survives a World Cup season.
Nobody.
The moment it gets to that point, people always have something to say. Like that release by Nneka Anibeze, from the sports ministry. The sports ministry. It's just an allegation. It's an allegation. That's what I want to believe, because at the end of the day, yes, investigation, yes. Whatever we do, like they say, subvention without accountability, there means something is fishy. But if they have their hands are clean, the books are
surely they have their days in court.
Of course, they have their days to come and defend whatever allegations they'll put forward. If these allegations are weighty and they are found to be culpable, taken care of. But if not, if this is just the process of getting somebody out of the way or getting rid of somebody, I mean, football operates like a family, and all around the world, and there are football people who take care of football issues, and hopefully we expect that these issues will be resolved.
Let me ask you something, Alfred. Somebody said for the last 12 years, the same scenario keep playing out. The key figures may change from time to time, but same scenario. And some said, I don't know if you agree, but some say that the sins of the past are catching up with us, that we need to resolve, go to the past, resolve, maybe for once, look at all the issues, look at what has caused a lot of these problems, forget about the individuals involved, resolve this matter so that in the next 4 years we'll not come back here.
Well, that is an institution where we learn our lessons, or we make institutions bigger than individuals. Here, sometimes it's the individuals that drive the institutions. We personalize everything. A lot. We personalize everything, and everybody at some point is either you are for Paul or you are Apollos. It's either you are for Mr. A or for Mr. B. Those are the kind of things that we look at.
The bias has eaten deep.
Yes, if we look at in the general, nobody talks about football development, how to empower youth, how to ensure that when the last 16 in the World Cup is played, our team will find a way. What is the developmental program? In all of this, it is the football that suffers at the end of the day, because whatever it is that we're doing now, and the danger is, if you keep doing this, now we noticed that in the last board, somehow we've been able to win the private sector to the side of football. So much was achieved in terms of perception, the kind of perception that when it comes to those who have the capital have about our football. And so to that extent, so much was brought in terms of support, in terms of sponsorship. And for the first time we're going to the World Cup, we didn't hear all of the stories that we used to hear in the past. We can only build from here.
Yeah, and not draw ourselves back.
Yes, if we draw ourselves, we are choshing ourselves. At the end of the day, what is our interest in all of this? Is it the football? Is it the politics? What do we get out of it?
All right, so I hope the key figures are listening. The stakeholders, if anything like that still exists, we do hope that they are listening, and let the interest of football, let it prevail. Don't let Nigerian football suffer because of all of these issues. All right, okay, let's take that time out and go into that segment where all we do is talk about the 2018 FIFA World Cup.